some of the questions, it is going to be directly in regards to the Navy, right? But also, it's also going to be in regards to your personal journey. So feel free, give us anything that you got, okay? So, I mean, first question I did want to go ahead and kind of lead with is, what was some of the early onset thoughts on why you wanted to join the military? Or should you even join the military?
Well, actually, I was raised in Atlanta, Georgia, and at that time I didn't have a lot of opportunities, except for the music field. I managed a couple of bands back then with my two brothers, but I need something to pay the bills. And actually, I was sort of like into the military ever since I was a little kid. Just watching movies and especially the Navy, how they got a chance to get out and just see the world. So I thought it was time to broaden my horizon a little bit and dream big and just get out in the world and see what it had to offer. At first, I really only wanted to do 4 years. I wanted to do one tour, but I went in. First command was over in Japan on the USS Midway. Met a great group of mentors, and from that point on, I just decided to stay in. And over time, it just built up over years and went past so quickly. Ended up being 30, and it was great.
That's great. Time flies when you're having fun, right?
Time flies. It really flies.
Nice. So, I mean, just through that, going through the process of, going through Atlanta, Georgia, I'm presuming you joined directly out of high school, right?
Directly out of high school.
Okay. And so when you went down to recruiter's office, were there anybody, guiding you, or you just decided to go to the recruitment office, or how did that work?
I was sitting up in class one day. Our teacher just had the common question: what do you plan on doing when you graduate? And went around the classroom, and at that time, I was just excited to graduate, happy to graduate. So she went around the classroom. You got people saying, I want to join the NBA. I want to be an airline stewardess. I want to join the Army. And at that time, I just didn't know. But luckily, that evening, the night before, I was up watching movies, and I was watching an old Navy movie, and a commercial came on. Big aircraft carrier said, join the Navy, see the world. And that sort of stuck with me. So when it came around to my turn, just to get out of that question, to tell you the truth, I just said I want to join the Navy and see the world. And for the next 3 months, everybody kept asking me about it, and it sort of got embedded in my head. So I decided, me and me only, it was my, my decision. So I decided to go down to the recruiter and get some information. And luckily, I had a good recruiter, and he gave me a little positive information. Passed it on to my parents, and they gave me the thumbs up.
So you basically, just you're doing your own, obviously own research, going down to the recruitment office. They're giving you their knowledge, and then at that point, we're on our way to MEPS.
That's right.
Nice. So did you get a chance to choose your job or anything that nature? Did you get an opportunity to pass or test into another position?
Well, as you know, certain jobs you have to have certain scores. So I didn't know that at the time. They got study guides you can study, but I just went in there and just gave it my best shot. And scores wasn't that great, but it wasn't that bad either. So I sort of like landed in between. So I had a chance to get maybe 3 or 4 different offers. But I'm more of a hands-on approach type of guy. So I decided to go into the aviation boatswain field, which at that time I ain't know nothing about it. They just said you're gonna work with aircraft and jets and stuff. So, I thought I was gonna go and be a Top Gun, but I went in and I did some pretty rugged work for a while.
I got kind of told that same story too. So when I got kind of going in, right, they tell you, hey, you're gonna be an Airedale. I was like, oh, that sounds great. That sounds awesome. Then next thing you know, I'm cleaning pad eyes for them.
Cleaning pad eyes, and I live right next to the airport in Atlanta, over in East Point. And, for some reason in my mind, I thought I could be an air traffic controller.
Oh, okay.
For some reason. So I had big time dreams, but the education level just wasn't there because I sort of blew that in high school. I should have focused and concentrated more. But I wanted to be an air traffic controller. When and told the recruiter, and they said, we can definitely get you around jets. You know, you take this job and maybe later on you can test out and get this job, and but we'll get you, you know, in aviation. I was like, okay, great, Airedale. Yeah, but yeah, I ended up doing a lot of towing the aircraft, tying them down, but then launch and recovery. So I really got into it, and it turned out to be a great experience. I really loved doing my job. That's why I stayed in so long.
That's great. That's great. You know, when you went in, how was boot camp? How was that for you? Because I know boot camp today versus boot camp when you joined, I'm sure it's probably polar opposites now.
Boot camp. Boot camp was difficult at first. You know, as you see in the movies, all the yelling, the screaming, the hard work, the exercise, just the physicality about everything. It was difficult at first, but you just learn to adapt. You know, you gotta have the right mindset, and you just gotta have that motivation. And usually, you got somebody pushing you. You know, your company commander is pushing you. And then when you go in there and you meet different people from around the world, all type of guys from around the states, you just sort of bond as a unit, and then it's just like joining a good football team, basketball team, sports team. You want to go in there and you want to give it your best shot. So it took a while. You know, it was different, but you know, how to say, boys to men. So
Where did you go boot camp? Where?
Orlando, Florida.
You went to Orlando, Florida?
Orlando, Florida.
Oh, dang. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was in Great Lakes. So,
Great Lakes.
you know, like I said, polar opposites.
Yeah, total opposite. And I was satisfied. You know, nice, hot, beautiful, but the weather. When I say hot, it was extremely hot. But that's what I wanted to do. I lucked up and got Orlando, and not too far from Georgia, and I was pretty happy with that.
Nice, nice. So with that being said, thank you so much. And with that, prepare to compete. We're out.